Does the best team that money can buy deliver in its conference home opener today and improve to 6-0 straight up and 5-1 against the spread? How about Cincinnati, the Bearcats, coming off that thrilling win against Iowa State a week ago? Is it a prime letdown situation today when the Bearcats host Central Florida? And Utah seeking revenge against Arizona State. The Sun Devils quarterback situation up in the air. Is this a good spot to ride the Utes? Hi, everyone. Al DeMarco here, General Manager at DeMarcoSports.com, and this is going to be your Saturday video report here with the complimentary plays, the plays that I'm giving away. They are on a 72 and 44 roll, 72 and 44 roll over the past year. That's football, college and pro combined, and basketball, NBA and college basketball. I'm going to get to those complimentary selections for you in just a moment, all three of them coming right up. But of course, the even better plays, the ones that I'm releasing over at DeMarcoSports.com, the best bets today. Top rated 15 dime football winner number 34 out of 52 and 7 out of 8 in college football. Well, I'm calling it my payback Punisher of the year. This team, a heartbreaking loss on the road last year. Well, today they're at home and they get payback. And more importantly, Saturday best bets over the past 2 years, 17, 6, and 1. And once again, it is the half price play of the day simply by using coupon code HALF, HALF, over at DeMarcoSports.com. Just as easy as last Saturday's winner. Memphis minus 21 by 38 over Tulsa. When you think about these Saturday best bets this season, I mean, Virginia laying 16.5 by 28 over Stanford. East Carolina minus 9.5 by 38 over Coastal Carolina. Oregon minus 28.5 by 66 over Oklahoma State. TCU minus 3.5 by 34 over North Carolina. Actually, that was a Monday best bet, but these were all 15-dime college football best bet winners. And I was the number one college and pro football handicapper at DeMarco Sports a year ago, and I am leading the pack this season as well. Now, you could get it for half price if you have never been a customer over at DeMarcoSports.com. Probably time to remind you that you can get all the plays of all the handicappers absolutely free by taking advantage of the 2-day free all access pass. Yes, you can get all the plays of all the handicappers for free simply by using the 2-day free all access pass. You pick the days. Now, it would make sense to pick today. The normal price of the all access pass is $119 and pick tomorrow. But again, the choice is yours. If you've never been a customer, now's the time to do so. I've been doing it for 24 years, and it's always an opportunity for those of you that have never been a customer before to get a sampling, to get a taste, to get an idea of however handicapper breaks down games and to get their plays for free with no strings attached against a 2-day free all access pass. And again, I can't oversell the word free. Free does mean free. If you ever have any questions, you can always contact customer service. Free does not mean you pay $1,000 and then you get something for free. That's not the kind of operation I've ever operated in 24 years. And in my closing months here, it's not the way I'm going to change things. Free does mean free. So check out the 2-day free all access pass over to DeMarcoSports.com. FYI, I announced last Saturday that this would be, again, as most of you know, my final season here. After 24 years, I'm calling it quits. I created these sites 24 years ago. I told you that I would probably be sticking around through my plan is to stick around through the end of the Super Bowl and then hang it up. However, after spending a wonderful night in the emergency room on Monday, and then seeing more doctors than you can possibly imagine this week, I will tell you that I am officially on the site's injury report as day to day, week to week. I will keep you apprised, but you will always be alerted ahead of time, especially those of you that are package players. Listen, I'm trying my best, but if my health won't cooperate, live a little longer, give out football picks. Let's weigh this out. As I was sitting there again in the emergency room the other night, really wasn't a big fan of these options. So we will see what happens. Okay, let's get to your complimentary plays here, shall we? And the first game I'm going to talk about is the one I was alluding to that I did not give you the teams, and that happened to be the game between Texas Tech and Kansas. Texas Tech is within a half a point of being a perfect 5-0 straight up and against the spread this season. And Texas Tech, the best team that money could buy when it came to the portal this past year, is at home today for its conference opener in Lubbock. Jones AT&T Stadium, a big old stadium. Lubbock, I've been there a few times. Hosting Kansas today, a series that has been one-sided in favor of the Red Raiders, who are 23-2 straight up in the series lifetime, including 11-1 in Lubbock. Strong defense, giving up just 11 points a game. Even better offense, averaging 48 points a game. Their average margin of victory is 37 points a game. This year, they're coming off two back-to-back road wins against previously undefeated teams, Utah and Houston. Beat the Cougars 35-11, beat the Utes 34-10. Not only handing each of those teams their first losses of the season, but also they have been holding their opponents to a season low in terms of yards gained, 148 yards below the season averages. And again, when you've got a powerful offense averaging 48 points a game, an offense that's averaging 568 yards, and offense 363 yards through the air, I think that you're going to be able to do what you want against a Kansas team that, when you think about it, gives up so many yards. Remember, they gave up 42 points to Missouri in their border war game, right? And they couldn't stop. Mizzou gave up 595 yards. They gave up 603 yards in that game against Cincinnati. You think about last week against Central Florida and Orlando. They were down by 2 touchdowns at halftime, and if it wasn't for um, Central Florida's quarterback suffering an injury and leaving that game, I don't know if Kansas has the ability to come back. Now, it is true that the Kansas offense is maybe the best that Texas Tech will face this season, with Jalen Daniels having a great season, nearly 1,500 yards passing, 16 touchdowns, and he's also a dangerous threat to run the ball as well. But when you are giving up that many points, and in fact, when you can't stop the run either, which Texas Tech can do here, last 4 games, Kansas is giving up 214 yards rushing, 5.2 yards per carry. And Tex ran for 207 yards at Houston, ran for 173 yards against Utah. And those are its first 2 Big 12 conference games. I just think this is a big coming out party for Tech in their Big 12 conference home opener. And I see that 14-point number, but I can see a 21 to 24-point win for the Red Raiders. If you're interested in following me and you always want to see when the next video report can be available, especially since I'm day to day, let's put it, to be honest, you can always subscribe down here in the bottom of the corner and hit that subscribe now button, and you'll never miss another update. Again, it's down there in the corner to subscribe. It's I'm not soliciting for you anything. And by the way, if you ever wondered, you see these pesky little ads on YouTube. I don't monetize the channel. That's YouTube making money off the channel. I've never made a nickel, even when I used to get the big 100,000 more views, or in the old days on this channel. Personally, I'd buy a monthly subscription to YouTube, because I hate the damn ads on YouTube too. They drive me crazy. I can't stand the ads on YouTube. Just my own personal opinion, but anyway, we move forward. Cincinnati is a 10.5-point favorite at home against Central Florida. I've been really impressed with Cincinnati. I'll tell you what, they've won and covered 3 in a row. Won at Kansas 37-34. That win against Iowa State was impressive, 38-30. 4 straight games have scored at least 34 points. The home team has covered 8 of the last 10 in this series against Central Florida. I don't know who the hell's going to quarterback for Central Florida today. Jackson, their starting quarterback, re-aggravated his shoulder injury. I don't know if he's going to be available today. He's questionable for the contest. His backup, Ja'Cory Brown, he's questionable for the game. If they got to go back to Cam Fancher, I think is his name, who played earlier in the season and last year, I'm not real confident there. This is a team that's 0-8 straight up in October since joining the Big 12. Yeah, I don't think this is too big of a price for Cincinnati. I know it's a potential letdown game, but the Bearcats are just playing so damn well. They had 474 total yards against a damn good Iowa State defense a week ago, and they're a very diverse offensive team. Brendan Sorsby, who has had a very good season, last week didn't have a great throwing day, but had a very good day running the ball, right? But on the season, he's a 66% passer, 12 touchdowns, over 1,200 yards throwing, 291 yards rushing, another five touchdowns. And then they've got Walker and Pryor powering the ground game. Each was over 300 yards. So, again, a diversified offensive attack. And I don't think Central Florida, Scott Frost's team, is going to be able to match points. I think the line should have been 14 or so. So at 10 and a half, I think it's a bargain with Cincinnati. So go with the Bearcats there. And then your final play is Utah, a 9.5 point favorite at home against Arizona State. Both teams coming off a bye. The only loss to you by Utah was at home to Texas Tech. Again, nothing to be embarrassed about there. They rebounded with a 48-14 win at West Virginia, but they played a very weak schedule. UCLA, Cal Poly, Wyoming, the other teams on their schedule. Now, Arizona State has come off three straight wins, beating Texas Tech by 19 at home, three at Baylor, three at TCU. But Sam Levitt is doubtful. And matter of fact, it's highly unlikely he's going to play from what I read. So Jeff Sims, who one time was a starter at Georgia Tech, washed out at Nebraska, he will most likely be your starting quarterback here. I like the way Utah is playing. I think they're a damn good defensive team. Devin Dampier, who came over from New Mexico, has played well, 11 touchdowns, 358 yards rushing. The offense averages 39 points a game. I like Utah here in revenge, especially with the Arizona State quarterback situation. So I like Utah minus 9.5 points. If I had to rank these games, well, I'm not going to have to. I'm going to for you. I'm going to make Texas Tech number one. I'm going to make Cincinnati number two. And I'm going to make Utah number three, just in the order I ran them down. Again, Texas Tech number one, Cincinnati number two, and Utah number three. That'll do it, guys. And I wish you well and talk to you again on Sunday.